Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Myself Srini of 4th semester, Department of CSC Data Science. Today we are going to discuss about the topic Software Interrupt Instruction. Introduction to Software Interrupt Instruction. Software Interrupt Instruction is a mechanism used in computer systems to trigger a software interrupt. It allows the CPU to switch from executing user level code to kernel level code. Software interrupts are initiated by software rather than the external hardware. Now, let us see why software are used. The purpose of using software interrupt instruction are to request services from the operating system. They are commonly used for system calls such as I/O operations and process management. Software interrupts provide a way for users programmers to communicate with the operating system kernel. Now let us see about implementation of software interrupt instruction. In x86 architecture, software interrupts are triggered using the INT instruction. The INT instruction takes a single byte operand that specifies the interrupt number. When the INT instruction is executed, the CPU transfers the control to the interrupt handler specified by the interrupt number. Now let us see about handling software interrupts. When a software interrupt occurs, the CPU saves the current state and switches to kernel mode. The interrupt handler is then executed to handle the interrupt request. Once the interrupt handler completes its task, control is returned to the user programmer. Now moving on to the slide, benefits of software interrupt instruction. Software interrupts provide a way for user programs to access privileged kernel services. They allow for efficient and controlled communication between user programs and the operating system. Software interrupts helps to ensure system stability and security by enforcing boundaries between user and kernel space. Now let us see about what are the common uses of software interrupts. System calls such as opening file or creating process often involve software interrupt instruction. Calls we are used to avoid the repetition of the code. Device drivers use software interrupts to communicate with hardware devices. Interrupts are also used for error handling and exception handling in operating system. Now, what is the difference between software interrupt and hardware interrupt? Software interrupt are initiated by software while hardware interrupt are triggered by external devices. Software interrupts are synchronous and controlled by the CPU, whereas hardware interrupts are asynchronous. Both types of interrupts are essential for the proper functioning of a computer system. Now, let us see about what is troubleshoot software interrupt issues. Common issues with software interrupts include incorrect interrupts, number or handlers. Debugging tools can be used to trace the flow of software interrupt handling in a program. Proper error handling and exception mechanisms are crucial for robust software interrupt implementation. What are the best practices for using software interrupts? Avoid excessive use of software interrupt to prevent performance degradation. Always ensure that interrupt handlers are properly implemented and tested. Following operating system guidelines and conventions for using software interrupts in application. Now let us see an example. In this example, it shows that the start of an SWI handler implementation, the code fragmentation determines what SWI number is being called and places that number into register R10. You can see from this example that the load instruction first copies the complete SWI instruction into register R10. The BIC instruction marks of the top bits of the instruction, leaving the SWI number. We assume that SWI has been called from ARM state. Now let us move to the conclusion. Software interrupt instruction plays a crucial role in facilitating communication between user programs and the operating system. Understanding how software interrupts work is essential for developing efficient and reliable software systems. By following best practices and guidelines, software developers can harness the power of software interrupts to enhance system functionality. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.